I get ready for the last company of this final battle. Please welcome Yoobic, presenting our Fabrice Hyatt, Jill Hyatt, and Avi Hyatt. Take it away.
Hi, we are delighted to be here. I'm Fab, this is Avi and Jill. We are three brothers.
Hi, Mom.
And believe it or not, we've been working together for the past 15 years, and we love it. We are passionate about bringing powerful technology to traditional business. And Yoobic is our latest baby. At Yoobic, we are reinventing how retailers and brands collaborate.
We all know we can pretty much buy anything online. But let's not forget that 92% of commerce still takes place offline at physical retail stores. And retail is a crazy business. Brands, they spend 25% of their budget on marketing and advertising, and yet they have no control over what's really happening in stores.
Disorganized shelves, mislabeled product, untrained salespeople. Imagine the impact when 70% of purchase decisions are made in store. This year, in Europe only, poor in-store execution will result in 20 billion euros of lost revenue.
So in-store execution is key, but hardly happens. Why? Well, because the collaboration is broken. Brands and retailers are still relying on multiple phone calls and emails and very expensive and inefficient store visits. We believe that in-store execution requires a new collaboration platform.
That's why we've built Yoobic. Brands monitor their operation globally, retailers improve their execution remotely, and in-store employees can focus on what really matters. Let me introduce you to Kate, sales director at EA Games, and Mike, store manager in London. They don't know each other, but yet they need to work together. Let's switch to the demo, please. One thing Kate is using Yoobic for is to manage her campaign while launching a new video game. She is presented with her latest campaign manager screen. She can monitor directly the progress of each campaign, and on the right, she has a real-time feed of all the in-store activities. And Christmas is coming up, so let's see how Kate set up her new campaign. Using the form builder, she can decide which information she wants to collect. On the left, she can drag and drop a new field. She has selected an image detection component. We'll see in a few seconds how cool this is. And now, Kate's campaign is ready to be sent to all the relevant in-store employees. Alternatively, she can decide to use our crowdsourcing community of 50,000 consumers to collect the data on her behalf.
Let's switch to the iPhone. This is how it looks for Mike, our store manager in London. And while he's setting up his store for Christmas, Mike receives Kate's notification. He sees a list of all of his tasks, and after reading the instruction, he's ready to start his mission. For example, he can check out the training video that Kate just posted.
Today, I will show you how to install the Stormtrooper display. The Stormtrooper...
Using the barcode reader, he informs Kate that he's running out of stock for the Xbox edition. Finally, he confirms the installation of the Stormtrooper display by taking a picture. In retail, the number of products facing strongly impacts sales. Yoobic uses real-time object detection to automate continuous product. As you can see on screen, and this is pretty cool, we are able to identify and count only the number of Battlefront boxes. The process that you've just seen usually takes months. With Yoobic, we'll nail it in a few minutes.
Let's switch to the iPad, please. We are back with Kate. She has stepped out of the office for a meeting. She gets real-time picture of what's happening in store. She goes to her dashboard, where Yoobic crunches the data for her. She can immediately see that her sales have dropped over the past 2 days, and she wants to understand why. Thanks to Yoobic, she immediately spotted that small stores are not in line with the merchandising agreements. her share of shelves is lower than the target. By combining sales data with merchandising info, she has now insights that were never available before. She can instantly notify the retailer through Yoobic live chats.
Let's switch back to the slides. So what have we achieved? We've improved field efficiency. We've maximized the merchandising return on investment. What's the impact on the bottom line? We increased sales for our customer by an average of 25%. We have a SaaS business model where we charge on a per-user, per-company basis. And since January, we are seeing a lot of traction. In less than 9 months, we've signed 30 major brands. We've deployed in 10,000 stores, and 100,000 missions have been completed using Yoobic. We are happy to launch at TechCrunch our 5-day go-live program. We'll get you up and running in production in less than a week. We get it. Retail is detail, and we have the solution. We are Yoobic, the collaboration platform for retailers and brands.
All right, give it up. Great presentation. Judges.
So retail is detail, and Yoobic is the right pick, yeah?
Yes.
I like it. Sorry. It's pretty awesome with the crowdsourced community that you managed to get 100,000 missions. That's incredible, so well done. I was kind of somewhat confused as to who your client is. So do you start with the brands, and then they mandate the retailers? Are the retailers usually big chains or small independent shops? So how does the whole contracting stuff work?
We have two types of clients, brands, typical brands in the pharmaceuticals, in the food and bev, in the electronics. And we have also retailers. In France, for example, we have Snack and Darty, which they are the equivalent of a PC World in the US, for example. So we managed to bring together what we are trying to achieve, finally, is a win-win-win situation. A win situation for the brand because they sell more of their product, and they are sure that their merchandising guidelines are compliant in the stores. The retailers, because then the product are better sell to the customer. And finally, the customer itself, because the consumer experience, the shopping experience that we achieve in stores is very important for the final customer.
So if the brand is a customer, but you're not touching the retailers, you can use the crowdsourced missions, I guess, to get the information back. And when you're getting the retailer to be a customer too, then you can start the collaboration flowing. Is that a right way to think about it?
Yeah, and you can add that some brands do have their own field sales team.
Of course.
So when you're working with a brand, they can use that for their own field sales team, use the crowd to leverage their reach in terms of number of stores.
Of course.
And when we got the retailer, then we connect all these pieces together.
Got it. So how does this get big? Because, you know, retailers are painful to sell into. They have no margin. I mean, it's a difficult segment. As you said, margins are low. It's all about the details. So I'm just curious how you get velocity into a business like that and how you kind of get some kind of flywheel running so you can grow fast.
Over the past 9 months, the sales cycle for the solution has been 8 weeks.
Wow.
With brands?
With brands and with retailers.
Both?
Yeah, we were pretty kind of scared that the retail industry will be reluctant to adopting new technology. Yeah. And we've seen an amazing traction for them because basically the way they operate right now is so time-consuming. They are trying to find all the niches of improvement in terms of efficiency. And this is a big, big opportunity for them. So 8 weeks to sell to those big brands and massive deployment, like 100 stores deployed in 2 weeks.
Who's doing your sales? You guys do the sales, or you have a sales team?
We have a sales team. So we have inside sales, and we get to the customers through outbound emailing only today.
So do you work with franchises as well? Do you see this as an opportunity for franchises?
We think this is a huge opportunity for franchisee because when you are the brand, you definitely want to control what your franchisee are doing. And there is absolutely no way to do that except from Excel and emailing. So we can completely recreate this virtual network of collaboration between the franchisee and the brand.
So the one thing, I mean, you've got the 3 links there and 2 different ways that the feedback can be completed, right? The retailer or the mission, right? Now, how do you incentivize those missions being completed? How do you reward those users for doing that? They're not going to do it out of the goodness of their heart, right?
No, they get paid few dollars for that.
Okay, so you pay them.
Correct, yeah.
So do you count that as like a marketing expense, or how's that itemized?
No, we charge that to our clients.
Oh, okay. So that's a fee to the client
Absolutely.
when the mission's completed.
Think about it like buying tickets. You have a bunch of tickets for sending people out there, and you can use that when your own team or the retailer is not doing it for you.
It's like a CPC model or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you talk about your pricing a little bit and maybe your revenues? Unless I missed, did you talk about that already?
Yeah. So we have a SaaS model, business model. We are charging per user, per company. Average price is beginning at $35 per month per user.
Sorry, so can we, just to dig into that a little bit more. So you're selling to the brand first, and when you say per user, what do you mean? Do you mean like per mission taker or per brand, or what is user?
In the case of brand, it's going to be sales rep.
Okay, and then, but then with a retailer, it's a different kind of user, or?
So with retailers, we have usually between 1 to 10 people using the app in store. They are using that as a daily tool.
Right.
It replaces completely their to-do list, and it's based on the number of users per store.
Okay.
So I just want to dig on that because I think it's important. Yeah. If you look at Hasbro France, or somebody who might fit the profile of the retailers are going after, the brands are going after. So let's take single country known toy brand, for example. How much is going to be worth to you per annum? Like, what's the magnitude of these contracts?
Okay, so for one brand, let's say one retailer, one country, we get an average total of revenue of 100,000 euros per year. Imagine if you multiply this figure by the number of brands, number of retailers, number of countries. I'll let you do the math. It's huge.
And so when you get into these bigger contracts, so let's say you're going to sign Disney merchandising, right, to take the biggest gorilla of all the gorillas, or the biggest princess, I guess. How much do you need to develop still to get to enterprise level with these guys? You know, multi-layer roles, you know, the ability to roll out globally, etc.
Right. It's not our first experience. We've built already three companies. The first one was in the work order automation platform for big buildings. The second one was an energy management platform, and we did a pretty big exit. We sold the company to Schneider Electric like 2.5 years ago. So and Yoobic is our third company. So in our DNA, we know how to build a platform that scales. It's one of our domain of expertise, I would say. We know how to deal with large amounts of data. If I take the 30 customers that we have right now, they generate approximately per month something like a tera of data. It's not that huge, but it's growing. It's going to grow more. We are prepared to that. We know how to deal with those challenges. And so that's how, so the architecture is multi-tenant. You have a security review when we deal with big brands. They are big corporate company. You have to go through their interview of security, and they check everything from the way that we work together, the security check that we have with employees, as well as on the technical side. So
it's a great answer, and that's why you have beautiful silver hair.
Exactly.
Where are you guys from?
Guess.
Oh, I'm really bad. I was going to say France.
Come on, Alex, it should be obvious. No?
I know. I've got many French in my life.
That's why we have the frog.
Oh, my God.
Nicely done.
What made you found the company in London? I'm just curious.
We like the food and the weather.
Not the women, then.
But actually, we have two offices. One in London for the sales and operation, and one in Tel Aviv for the IT.
Right. And how big is the team so far?
Well, 10 people, and half of the team is on sales and operation, half of the team is on the IT side.
So, okay, for 5 in Tel Aviv and 5 in London with you boys.
Yeah.
Are you going to take this to the US? And when you go there, who are you going to compete with?
So we love to do that in the US. We are seeing 2 main competitors in the US. One of them being Gigwork, but they are Gigwork, but they are coming from the crowdsourcing pure side, and we're seeing that by combining the enterprise level of the app and the crowdsourcing, we have something which is very different. And we create stickiness with our client because they use the app with their own team.
So I was really impressed with the technology that counts the number of boxes. That's really cool. But thinking about that a bit further, what are the other sort of technological disruptors that either disrupt you or that you can use to disrupt? And I'm thinking about things like RFID and various other technologies that will help us track better in the future where objects really are.
Yeah. So we have, it's like a ground play for us, you know, taking a traditional industry that has barely no technology and bringing, you know, some kind of, like the image detection stuff. We have so many opportunities to, you know, bring new stuff. We have a REST API, so even if we're not developing ourselves the technology, we have a way to build an ecosystem and bring on board companies that are more specialized on the RFID side to check where are the product. So we really imagine that as a platform. What you've seen in the demo is more the day-to-day usage of the application. But underneath, you have a platform that is ready to be plugged with new development and new possibilities.
Okay. And then just sort of a bigger question. It sounds like you guys have obviously had a lot of experience, but you haven't been in the retail space particularly before. Is that right? Or?
Our previous energy management solution were dedicated to multi-site companies, so we worked a lot with retailers.
So help me understand. So you know, the big story in the retail business is this war that's always been going on between the brands and the retailers, right? And so as you're relatively fresh to it, you're selling to both sides, trying to make them both work together. Who's going to win that in the next 50 years?
So we want to bring peace to that relationship
very good.
between the brand and the retailers, because at the end of the day, they can all win from better collaboration in terms of operation. So we want to change the state of mind of the relationship.
Right.
Brands with the application now trust the retailers. That was not the case before implementing the solution. So we want to repair this connection which is broken right now.
And war is usually the result of opacity. So when you can't control what's going on and you have no visibility, then the conflicts can begin.
Right.
The fact that we bring together in the same platform and you have complete visibility on the both sides, it is the process. I mean, the brand knows what the kind of work is done on the store. The store manager can really demonstrate what he's doing, and so everything is better. Yeah, I mean,
makes sense.
It brings some needs.
Hey, I have a finger in the air question. 5 years time, how big is your revenue line?
So probably in 5 years' time, I will get rid of my brothers and run the company by myself. And about the revenue, I'll let you answer the question.
We want to make it big. We have big ambition because we think the market and what is at stake for brand and retailer is huge. So it's 7 million of revenue. We think it's a huge opportunity.
Do you have the last quick question? Matthew?
Yeah, as far as future-proofing goes, let's say in say 10 years, the retail market compresses, and you have half the amount of available customers that you thought you would going in, and then those customers are moving a large portion of them to online and just having a kiosk. So are you interested in inventory management, for instance, or other facets of that can future-proof you against that compression?
3 to 4 sentences, like shorter than his question.
And today, online retailers are opening physical store. So it's not about killing the physical store, it's about changing the experience in the physical store. So we think we still have physical store, but the user experience is going to be different. We all want to have the Apple Store experience, but it's rarely happen. This is what I want to fix.
All right, so we're out of time. Yoobic, great job, you guys. Thanks for a great presentation.